Good afternoon and good evening. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience with the Robinhood experience. And this is a guy named Spencer Van. Now, I'm not going to say that this was phony or that this is not real. It's 100% real, but he needs a lot more experience in what he's teaching. He has to understand the principles of who's the principal, who is the trustee, who's the executor, who is the beneficiary. All these things affect us. Now, I thought, okay, it's cool. He's going to teach us a little something. Okay, the booklet he gave us is going to give us a nice free little booklet, right? The booklet is it's a pitch. The whole thing was a pitch. The very beginning, it was a pitch. He said, "Oh well, this is not a pitch. Listen very closely." All I was hearing the whole time was a pitch. He showed videos and clips of people who have made this. He had actually showed nothing or had told you nothing about the method, simply just told you that you can make money off the method. Keep paying attention. Towards the end of the video, after sitting there for 3 hours listening to a 3-hour pitch, Mr. Van then proceeded to tell us, well, now we have to pay $1,997. And if you don't have that money, you can get credit if you get approved. But if you don't, you get denied. Well, you could do this and find another alternative way to pay us. So it's a way for them to get paid so you can do something. Well, there's the equal expense, but you also have to understand that with what he tells you is that the webinar, read very closely the paper, what it says. The webinar is free, not the actual teaching. He doesn't fully explain that. He doesn't fully give you full disclosure of a contract. But luckily, being its experienced as well as I am, I was listening very closely and reading very closely. Only the webinar is free, and not any other way. To teach will cost you. It's going to cost you almost $2,000, and then some. Probably more, actually. I actually received a letter from the PayPal people for credit. My credit was denied. I actually enjoy getting denied credit because, yeah, it affects your credit score, of course, whatever. But when the PayPal creates money from nothing. It creates fictitious money. And Spencer Van is getting PayPal to aid him in creating fictitious money. Now, that's a whole different separate matter. But the whole collecting money, you can get that really easy. You just go find out who has no property, who's owed property. You can find it at your local city, state, county, all sorts of different levels, and you can help them retain that property. Now, the legal aspect, he didn't tell you a whole bunch about that. He leaves you very vague information. This was the experience that I got from it. One, that it was just a gigantic pitch so that he could make money for a corporation in which he owed, who were donors, who were donating to him for him to continue to do these things and getting people to do this. Now, I don't know if those people were really successful or if those people were just paid. I'm not saying that he paid people just so he could look good. But this stuff does work. It's just he has to learn a lot more about everything. Second, get that it's a business. Everything's a business. But the amount that's being charged is absolutely ridiculous. $1,977 is ridiculous. And then he tries to get you paid in payments. You have to remember that he says 90 days. 90 days is what you call a mortgage. on the 91st day. Sorry, we can't process it. Call back tomorrow. 91st day. Now it goes into default. That's why he says it's only going to last a certain amount of days. 90 days is a warranty to make sure that if it does go into default, he can collect on the money. Come on now. These are things you have to be noting, and these are things you have to understand if you want to deal with people who deal in real estate, deal in mortgage, deal in property. There's a lot more than just going and doing it. He doesn't tell you that. It takes extensive knowledge, education, and I don't mean like schooling. I mean educating myself. As you can see, papers among papers among papers among papers. Just everything I can learn, from criminal to civil to real estate to property law to probate law. Educate yourself if you're going to try to attempt something such as what Spencer Van is doing. This is just my whole experience from the whole Robinhood. It's just a pitch. He's trying to make money for his company. Be wary of the 90 days. Please be also alert of the aspects of trustees and signing your signatures. When you sign your signature, that's an agreement. You're agreeing to become liable for a debt. Please understand these things. Please note these things. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch and understand. Take care for now, and till next time.